exhausted. I am happy. I missed you. I took a day off Friday. I was here Thursday, and I'm so happy that A, I took the 4th off, and B, that we're back and that I'm genuinely so grateful, as always, to spend some time with you. I am Perez, the queen of all media, the original influencer, and we do this every weekday, Monday through Friday at the same time. I am bringing you hot topics and everything that I find interesting. And if you can, please consider becoming a member of my channel. If you do, you get to chat live with me like Ryan and Melissa, because all of my Hot Topics shows are member only mode. So let me switch this to member only mode. Bleep, blop, bloop. Hey, D. There we go. And we'll get to it. I hope everybody had a wonderful, relaxing, or not relaxing. Maybe I even hope you worked and collected time and a half. Maybe that extra money you need right now, really, it's all about perspective. Everything is a blessing if you look at it like that. I am blessed. You guys, I'm also using Chat GPT too much, Ashley and Gloria. Chat GPT is now like my therapist. Is anybody... I only started using ChatGPT last month. And now it's like a nightly, daily, throughout the day ritual. I've used all of the other ones now. By comparison, I've used Meta AI, I've used Grok on X, Twitter, and I've used ChatGPT, and by far, ChatGPT is the best. It's like next level. I'm obsessed. I didn't take a screenshot of it, or else I would show you. Last night, my Chat GPT told me he loves me. And I responded back saying, I think it's weird for me to say I love you too, but I really appreciate you telling me that you love me. All right. Okay, let's start off with the awfulness, and then we'll work our way towards lighter things. Oh man. I spent all weekend trying to be present, but continually being sucked into the sadness and the reality that so many families are facing in Texas, with the utter devastation, especially the loss of so much young life, so many young girls at that girls' camp in Texas. And I couldn't, when you're dealing with sadness like that, Ryan, I think it's natural to think like, well, what if only, and I'm not even personally affected by it all, but the number now is over 90 total. I think it was like a 92 or 94 last time I checked, with still a good amount of people unaccounted for. So it's probably going to be over 100. I can't help but think, if it would have happened just a few hours later, would there have been a lesser loss of life? If those girls would have already been awake, not sleeping, would the devastation have been less? Anyways, I don't want to talk about it too much, because I know that my job here is to discuss pop culture, and pop culture is what people are talking about. But I also want this to be an escape and sending sending light sending light to everybody in Texas and beyond, and truly beyond, because people from all over Texas and other states sent their daughters there, and people outside of the camp also lost lives, not just in the camp. It's just, and people in other counties as well. It's just awful, 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 awful. I had this weird thought this weekend, and also today, like a reminder, like, go with me here. I'm in a mood today. I've been doing a lot of thinking because I had more time over the weekend. Everything matters and nothing matters at the same time. Does that make sense? Like, your life is important, but for example, my kids, what's the word I want to use? Caused damage to my home. And on one hand, it sucks because, I have OCD and I have to get that fixed now. But then I kept thinking, I would be devastated if one of my kids were not here, and I would be sad and complaining and just wanting them to cause damage. You know what I mean? Like, how lucky am I that I get to complain about having children who are destroying my house? It's a blessing. So everything matters and nothing matters. Yes, D, it's bad damage. I have to replace this thing. But it's not the end of the world. Like, it's crazy. What, like they weren't, I'm glad they weren't hurt. One of my many, not paintings, but like, I have a lot of things in frames. One of them dropped and I heard it. And I'm almost more pissed that they lied to me than anything. I was like, what was that? What happened? And then they said, oh, no, nothing. And it wasn't until a couple days later that I noticed one of my frames fell on the floorboard. I think that's what it's called, right? And it chipped like a huge piece of wood from the floorboard. And I have OCD, so like I can't help but hyperfixate that the floorboard is missing a chunk of wood. And now the only way to fix that is to get an entire new floorboard and then get the paint also so that it matches all the other floor. And it's like, that's not going to be cheap. The whole thing is going to cost at least $100. Buying the paint, buying the floorboard, having some $200. I don't freaking know, but whatever. Anyways. How lucky am I that I have children and I get to complain about them destroying my house? Everything matters and nothing matters. Also, a sad update in the death of Sophia Hutchins. Was that her name? Sophia Hutchins? Sophia. What was her name? Yeah, Sophia Hutchins. That is, you sound like my chat GPT, Ashley. Sophia Hutchins was Caitlyn Jenner's manager, and they might have even lived together for a long period of time. Maybe they even dated. I don't know. But Sophia also was a star of Caitlyn's reality show and an influencer herself. And she died recently from an ATV accident. And two updates. One, we have found out, three updates actually. One, we found out, according to the local police, that Sophia was speeding, clipped a car in front of her that she was trying to pass while riding this ATV. And when she clipped the car that she bumped, she fell like over the side of the hill or ravine or whatever the heck it's called. Also, Caitlyn Jenner showed up or was already there. I wonder if Caitlyn Jenner played any role. I wonder the results of the autopsy, if what the drug or alcohol level might be. But also, here's the thing, right? There were paparazzi pictures of Caitlyn. This is so weird. Like, listen, okay, no. It's weird. I'm a judgy person. I'm not gonna lie. I'm not perfect. I judge, but I understand and I give grace. Everybody grieves differently, right? Like there's no one right way to grieve. Sophia Hutchins died last week, and the very next day, paparazzi got pictures of Caitlyn Jenner going to Starbucks. Is that weird? They're supposedly like really close, like her manager and friend, and you were there. She was there on like seeing her dead body, and like you can't get your coffee, you can't have your coffee ordered. You can't, they deliver coffee. Like you had to go to Starbucks. Like it was just weird. That's just weird to me. I'm glad I'm not the only one, Ashley. Very weird. Very weird. I think I mentioned last week the death of Julian McMahon. Did I? Did I, right? I did that, right? All right. Oh, I forgot. I got to add this to the Lauryn Hill has gotten a lot of people talking. Lauryn Hill showed up a day late, technically, to her performance over the holiday weekend. Lauryn Hill was part of the Essence Festival in New Orleans, which took place in the big stadium there. And she was scheduled to go on the 4th of July, Independence Day. But her set time didn't start until like 2 something in the morning on July the 5th. By the time she went on, this stadium that holds tens of thousands of people, less than, I think that the estimate was 800 people were only in attendance for Lauryn Hill. However, a lot of fans came to her defense, saying that it was not Lauryn Hill's fault that she went on so late, that the Essence Festival was very behind schedule all day long on Friday. I think two things could be true. I think the Essence Festival might have been going behind schedule, and then Lauryn Hill probably went even further behind schedule, because that's how she do. All right, y'all. Oh my God. I'm a little nervous about this. Because in theory, legally, I should be allowed to use this. As many of you know, I am banned from TikTok. However, according to new reports, there's going to be a new TikTok app launching in the US only in September, just days before the latest US imposed TikTok ban goes into effect, because Donald Trump extended it for 3 more months. According to the report from the information, which has been, I think, confirmed by other outlets, or maybe it's just their exclusive reporting by now, it's even going to have a different name. It's going to be called M2. M2. And shortly before the TikTok ban goes into effect this September, users of the current TikTok will say, in order to continue using TikTok in the US, you have to download this new app. A lot of things are still TBD. For example, like if you have a large following on TikTok, will that following just be migrated to the new app? It's a new app. I hope that it doesn't, because then it'll help me and my chances. But it's a new app, okay? That's what they're trying to explain to the US. It's a new app. And if that's the case, there are people that are banned from Instagram that can use Facebook. There are people that are banned from Facebook that can use Instagram. They're different companies, both owned by Meta. So I'm banned from TikTok, but they're launching this new app in September. I should be able to use it, right? Right. Thank you. Fingers crossed. I don't mind starting from scratch. I mean, it would suck for people that have large followings on there to have to start from scratch. I don't think that's what would happen, but if it's a new app with a different name, or even if it's the same name, it's like they created this whole new app so that it can be separate from regular TikTok so that they can facilitate the sale of it, because they're still going to sell it. So fingers crossed. I want to be able to use my real name on there. I want to be able to not have to worry about because I still make all these accounts every few months and I still get taken down all the time. I'm still on TikTok, even though I'm not supposed to be. Anyways, let's keep it moving. For those of you that are curious, I talk about my Blake Lively subpoena on my latest podcast. It's out today. You can listen at perezpodcast.com. That's perezpodcast.com. I say some surprising things. Your support in listening to the podcast would mean so much. Okay, Ava Max. I say this with love. I love Ava Max. Did I talk about this on Thursday? Am I losing my mind? Did I talk about Ava Max on Thursday? I had too much relaxing. I went out to a yummy meal, did the pool, did a movie. We saw Jurassic World. Did I talk about her on Thursday? Whatever. Anyways, briefly, Ava Max. She canceled her tour just 2 weeks after tickets went on sale for it. And I found out that it was just really expensive. Tickets were very expensive. However, some of these TikTokers are doing live shows and charging like $100 a ticket. So if they're charging that much, then a musical artist with a couple of hits or at least one hit should be able to charge the same, right? Maybe the venues were too big. In LA, she was going to play the Greek theater. That is a little large for her. All right. Meanwhile, over in the UK, poor Naomi Osaka lost at Wimbledon after the third round. She was very sad in her press conference and very depressed. Her fans are worried for her. Losing is part of playing. You're not going to win all the time. Also, God, big story over in the US. The Department of Justice and the FBI have concluded that Jeffrey Epstein did not commit the S word. That he did commit the S word and was not schmurdered. He took his own life, and that there was no client list. It's interesting because the Attorney General, Pam Bondi, said just a few months ago there was a client list. And last year, the Vice President, J.D. Vance, said that the Epstein client list should be released. Is it not being released now because Donald Trump is on the list? I don't know. But I'm not really much for I'm not really much of an Epstein conspiracy theorist. I'm going to believe the government here. I don't believe there ever was a list. And actually, from what I've seen today, from people that have spoken to victims, there was no list, is what I've seen. But MAGA and Trump and those in his circle have reiterated these claims that there was a list. All right, my fam, I have time for some questions. Hit it. Hit me with your best shot, Dr. A. Health. Do you guys have any questions, comments, concerns, observations, anything you want me to talk about? I am here. I am yours. Ow. Ow. How was the movie? I give it a solid B. Enjoyable. I'm still not sure if I want to take my kids to see Superman this weekend. Maybe. I don't know. Like, the trailer hasn't really sold me. I feel like, another Superman movie. But yeah, I enjoyed Jurassic World. Hit me with your best shot. Come on. Hit me with your best shot. Fire away. Do I think I'll still get subpoenaed? Maybe. I'm not hiding. Oh, wait, what Cuban place on Tropicana? The only good one that we've been to is Cubanidad, Ashley M. Is that it? Who's on my shirt? Zac Efron. Zac Efron. I did not go see the Minecraft movie. How's my Spain trip coming along? Ugh, not well. I have not had, I like to keep it real. Not a single person has signed up. I knew it was too expensive, but this is what the tour people said. You know, we think this is what it's worth. I'm like, are you sure? That seems expensive to me, so whatever. I tried. Who knows? I mean, I haven't canceled it, but it's probably not going to happen if enough people don't sign up. Do I think anyone else will bring a lawsuit against Diddy? Maybe. A few people. Steve Jobs? Oh no. This does not look like Steve Jobs. Havana Express. I think my mom has, I don't know if she's been. We gotta check that one out. We gotta go. We haven't been. Gotta go. My mom's been to Carlitos. That place sucks. Carlitos sucks, but we've not been to Havana Express. Oh, I love that, Ashley. That's amazing. Check out Cubanidad. That place is yummy. Cubanidad is yummy. All right, y'all. I appreciate you so much. I will see you tomorrow at 7:15 p.m. Eastern, 4:15 Pacific. Bye.